of Nigerians living illegally in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have been advised to regularize their stay or return to the country to avoid being arrested by the Saudi authorities. This is coming from the Director of Consular and Immigration Services, Mr. Abdulaziz Dankano, in Abuja, while receiving 80 Nigerians who voluntarily submitted themselves for repatriation to Nigeria. Officials of the Nigeria Emergency Management Agency were also on hand to receive the 80 Nigerians who were later handed over to the state emergency management agencies from Kano, Borno, Bauchi, Jigawa, Katsina, Yobe, Plateau, and Nasarawa states.
This group you have seen are the one brought back from Saudi Arabia by the federal government. So these are the group among the Nigerians that are staying there that were asked to leave, those who have not regularized their papers. They were given the deadline of 3rd November to leave. So these are the ones that volunteered to leave before they have been arrested. And they requested the government to come to their assistance because they don't have the means to return home. So government has answered their request. They provided aircraft to bring them back to Nigeria. So we brought them to Abuja because all the states involved have been requested to come here and collect their people. You can see the representative from the states here. Then they will take them back. Some of them are coming for the first time because they have been there. They were born there by past generation Nigerians who are in Saudi Arabia. Some are the ones that went for Hajj and Umrah and overstay. So those ones, they don't have problem to trace their people. But some have to go into the detail of tracing their relation and integrate them to their families.
Well, the Kaduna State chapter of the People's Democratic Party says it's not losing sleep over the defection of some of its prominent members to the All Progressive Congress, the APC. A former PDP chairman in Kaduna State for 8 years, Mr. Yaro Makama, yesterday led over 74 members of the party, including a former governorship aspirant, Sulaiman Hukunyi, to the APC, citing bad leadership and lack of unity in the PDP as their reasons for joining the opposition. But speaking to Channels Television in Kaduna, the state PDP chairman, Abubakar Haruna, says the decision by the defectors is of no consequence and will not in any way affect the party's fortunes in future elections.
Makama, I still respect him. He has his view to respect it also. I also have mine. I am today the party chairman of the People Democratic Party in Kaduna State. This is the party that is ruling. We have 23 local government council chairmen. Out of 23, we have 22 from PDP. Out of the 255 councillors, PDP has 232. All of them are there, 6 services under PDP. Out of the House of Representatives, out of the 15, we have 9. In the House of Assembly, we have 32 members. Out of that 32 members, 34 members, we have 22. So it is almost an issue of 100% PDP in Kaduna State.
First Bank, truly the first.
Although it's a holiday in Nigeria, we also have business stories for you, Joke.
Thank you, Sulaiman. Well, you got to know that those business stories include the fact that they were closed across the country today and tomorrow for the Christmas holiday. A visit by our correspondent to some parts of Lagos showed that most commercial areas, such as the popular Broad Street, were devoid of their regular hustle and bustle. Although banks remain closed, the ATM machines are available to customers. Nevertheless, petty traders displayed their goods in a bid to catch up with some last-minute shoppers. Banks and some corporate organizations, including the Nigerian Stock Exchange, are expected to reopen on Friday, the 27th of December. Meanwhile, as Nigerians celebrate Christmas, many Lagos residents are battling to cope with the increase in transport fares to other states. Well, those who are not traveling say shopping in some departmental stores is not as bad as it seems, as the prices of goods remain relatively stable. Our correspondent Bolaji Akinwale reports. The popular Ojota Motor Park in Lagos is a beehive of activities. Commuters locate the destination-bound vehicles as part of plans to celebrate the Christmas season. However, in the midst of the euphoria is the economic reality of increased transport fare.
The fare has been increased from 800 to 1,000. Earlier, during the week when you travel, most times 700 at times. But on Fridays, 800. But for today, maybe because the day to Christmas is 1,000. And I'm very sure by the time you get to around 4, 5, 6, it will be 1,215.
In another part of town, long queues are recorded at different ATM machines in the last-minute attempt to shop. Some shops record low turnout. In this grocery store, the story is a bit different, as these shoppers say prices are not cutthroat despite increase in demand for products.
Well, for me, I think they're a bit reasonable. For some of the stuff I'm picking up here, I've seen it in some other far bigger departmental shops, not as cheap as this. Even the last time I went to Alade Market to buy drinks, I still looked at the prices, checked out the prices. They were still more expensive than what I'm getting there. I think things are a bit cheaper.
The prices of goods here are actually pretty fair because we try to competitively source for our suppliers. But during the Christmas period, we've seen prices increase, especially for staple foods like rice, vegetable oil. But it hasn't been something significant that you would say it would, change what a normal family would be able to afford.
Whether you're traveling from one part of Lagos to another, going outside of Lagos State, or you've come to a grocery store like this to shop for family, friends, loved ones, or even for the needy, one thing is certain: it's a time to enjoy, and most importantly, because this season comes only once a year. Bolaji Akinwale for Channels Television News. Entertainment plays a major role during any celebration, and in the spirit of the season, some key players in the entertainment industry have lauded the efforts by the federal government to encourage the sector by making available 300 billion naira for capacity building in the industry. However, they believe the government can still do more. According to Nollywood actress Stephanie Linus and CEO of Aboriginal production Ikani Ahigbe, who were guests on our program Business Morning, the government needs to come up with the right framework to ensure that policies already in place are enforced. This, according to them, will make the nation's entertainment industry more attractive to private investors.
It's a good thing that the funds and that are being made available, but the most important thing that we want really are some of the policies that are in place to be enforced, which is like the number one thing, because giving us money is like giving you money and then you're pouring a cup of water inside the ocean, where the laws are not in place to protect your work.
The government's job actually is to put together a regulatory framework and to help where it can, but the private sector needs to invest not just in terms of the money itself, but in creating opportunities. The private sector also needs to see the investment benefit in using the industry for things like promoting our culture, promoting our way of life, and for selling Nigerian creativity.
That's business news. On the news at 10, Sulaiman returns in just a moment.
First Bank, truly the first.
Well, next on the news at 10, Egypt authorities clamp down on Muslim Brotherhood, declares the group a terrorist organization. Stay with us.